Freediving, and this is the next video about pool training. Today we're going to talk about how to do normal dynamic fins, normal dynamic apnea with bi-fins, not monofin, bi-fins. We're going to talk about how to do flutter kick, what common mistakes you can make during your flutter kick when you're kicking left, right, left, right, left, right. I think this is called flutter kick. No? If no, let me know in comments. Okay, so guys, we learned a little bit already how to do, let's say, the arm stroke, right? So you already know how to do it. And the arm stroke, like this is how I prefer to do my dynamic. So I do a duck dive with my arms pointing forward, and then after a little glide I do arm stroke, and then I glide again, and then I start kicking with my arms along the body. Some people prefer to do it with the arms above their heads. I mean, they're swimming like this. This is a really good streamlined position, and you can swim like this, no problems. Like a lot of top freedivers swim like this, but make sure that your shoulder have enough flexibility. You have enough flexibility to keep your arms like this, and there is no tension, and you feel relaxed in this position. So if it doesn't feel relaxed in this position, first increase the flexibility, mobility of your shoulder joints, and then practice like this. Meanwhile, you can practice the same how I do with your arms along your body. So again, what we're gonna do? We're gonna learn how to start the dive. We're gonna learn how to do. We already learned how to do the arm stroke, and after the arm stroke we start kicking. If you do more than 25 meters, and I bet most of you do more than 25 meters, then you need to do turn. You can watch one of my previous video how to do turn in a shallow pool. Actually on my Instagram I put how to do turn in a deep pool, but maybe I'm gonna do a separate video about this topic as well. Okay, start the dive, glide, arm stroke, kick, and this is it for 25-meter pool, or like for whatever pool, for 50 meters pools. Also guys, for both dynamic no fins and dynamic with the fins, the buoyancy is really important. So you want to be neutral buoyant in the middle of the pool, and then you don't need to struggle not to go down or not to go up. So the buoyancy is really important. For the buoyancy you can use the weight belt, or you can use the neck weight. For the neck weight, again, you can check my video. I'm gonna put the link as usual in the description, and you can see the idea about to use the neck weight. But doesn't matter, you use neck weight or you use weight belt, it's really important to be neutral buoyant. And we're gonna check it right in the beginning. When I'm gonna start my dive, whether right from the beginning or after the arm stroke, I'm gonna freeze, I'm gonna stop kicking, not gonna do second arm stroke, and then I'm gonna glide. And if at the end of my glide I will go up, it means I need more weight. If I'm going down, it means I need to remove some weight from my neck weight, or from my weight belt. Okay, so watch the video.
Alright guys, here is steps how we do dynamic with the bi-fins. As you can see here, I'm checking my buoyancy. I don't have any weights, and this is I'm float up. Here opposite, I have too much weights on my weight belt, and as a result I'm sinking down. And here I think I have more or less appropriate amount of weights on my weight belt, and as you can see I'm just gliding forward. Same with a different angle. I start my duck dive and then I gliding forward. Here is more or less the same, but now I checking my buoyancy after the arm stroke. So I do an arm stroke and then I glide. So same, I suppose not to come up, I suppose not to go down. Same with a different angle, arm stroke, and then just glide forward. Okay, here after the arm stroke, so here I'm gonna do the arm stroke, I glide a little bit, and now I'm start kicking. Okay, so I'm start kicking, trying not to kick too wide, not too narrow. Maybe it's a little bit too wide, maybe you need to change it a little bit. Same with the different angles, kicking. Here is some of the most common mistake is when the diver kicking and looking forward. This is one of the most common mistake. If you're a beginner, more likely that you have it. It's really not streamlined position. Here another common mistake, you can call it scuba diving kick for whatever reason. And as you can see, the fins is working only when you're kicking down, but it's not working when you're kicking up. Really common mistake as well. This mistake, it looks like more or less the same, at least when I do it, but actually it's a little bit different. The diver kicking with the knee too much. So it's more like he pushing the knee forward too much. This mistake is when the shoulders is too tense. You can see my shoulders, my arms kind of like stick to my hips, and quite common the reason is when the diver is too tense, and you obviously don't want to be too tense. Here is another common mistake, the diver kicking too wide, and usually this mistake happens because the diver is slightly positive.